What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with Paige, and today we're doing Cluedo chooses my January TBR. Oh my god, it's the first round of Cluedo in 2022 and I'm super excited for what's going to unfold. So I have a lot of reading goals that I would like to kick off the year strong, and yeah, so I'm not really going to talk through how they're matching my goals because I never do towards the end of the year anyway. We'll do check-ins throughout the year, but just know I do have them in mind. I have them all written down on different, mostly in my reading journal, so they're playing in my mind. I don't have any readathons that I'm participating in at the moment. I don't know what's there to be able to apply, so hopefully I will actually be doing things, and I'll leave a link to my readathon spreadsheet down below as well. So with all that aside, it's 2022, so yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited for the new year and how everything is going to shape up. I hope you have a wonderful year, and let's get into the Cluedo rolls. Hello, so here for round 2, month 2 of Cluedo chooses my TBR. As I was saying last month, these prompts will reveal what these cards are if I read the books for them. Sneak peek. So I have read a book from Script, which was The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum, and a mood read, I mood read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, so I can see what these are. So we've got The Study and Mrs. White. Oh man! So I don't get to do a hardcover book from either of those, but that's okay. So I'm gonna mark off Mrs. White and The Study, so I know that those are not in here. And then for morally grey characters, I read Go Ask Alice by Anonymous, which the whole situation around it is morally grey, and I have somehow managed to lose my beautiful cover prompt card, but I will find that eventually. And I read Magnus Chase and The Sword of Summer. I get to see these two, which is Dining Room and Billiard Room. I can now put these aside as they are no longer needed. And for round 2, here's Mrs. Peacock, my character here. So I'm trying to work my way around and see how many more books we can get for January. I have no idea how I want January to go. Let's just dive into it. We've got 5 rolls and we will see where we end up. I'm so scared. Roll 1 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. I need 2 prompts to be able to figure out what these cards are. So into the bag of goodies. We've got book hauled years previous. Thank God that's for January, because that would be any and all of my TBR. And partner pick. So Ash is going to be picking me a book to read in January. Fuck. I would also like to establish that I'm reading the entire, I think it's 60 Animorphs books or 50 Animorphs books. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Those are that one. So for roll number 1, I ended up in the conservatory and I got a book hauled years previously, and so I'm going with The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Hagel. I received this last year from April and I'm curious to see what this is. It is a time traveling adventure. No idea what's involved in this. I know that they're on a ship and they're time travelers, so I'm really curious to see how this plays out. This is not what I thought was going to be on January's TBR, but here we go. And then I got partner pick, and so instead of starting my year off with reading The Wise Man's Fear, which is Ash's advent calendar pick, he went with The Binding by Bridget Collins. So I know this is one of his all-time favorite books. I know that it is bookish themed and I'm just very curious to see how this goes. It does have its deckled edges. I'm very curious to get to this. Ash is constantly talking about it and absolutely loves it. He found that the cover was what drew him in originally and fell in love with the story from there. So I'm definitely keen to give it a chance, and I'm glad that he got to pick it straight off the bat for us. So that was the conservatory. On to roll number 2. 5. Yes! Haha! Oh fuck. I'm gonna fuck myself up the ass. Oh no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Might help if I take the right character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh thank fuck. So, here we go. So, sparkly gold or silver cover, and number 2 is a recommended read. Actually, this works out perfectly. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Oh my god. Whew! Already at 4 books. So for roll number 2, the first one we got was sparkly gold or silver on the cover, and for that I'm going with The Invasion by K.A. Applegate. This is the first in the Animorphs series, and that is a very shiny silver title. I am going to attempt to read the entire 54 Animorph books with Gavin next month in January. I don't know why the fuck I didn't just pick Animorphs for all of these prompts, so we shall see. But this is the first one in that, so I'm going to be ticking this one off. I'm hopefully going to work my way through them at a relatively steady pace and just pray to God that I can fit some other reading in around it. I know that they're super easy to read, it's just a matter of making the time to be able to read too while working full time and all other things that I want to do in my life. So I'm keen. I was the one that messaged Gavin being like, can I join you? And now I'm having regrets, but it's fine. It's fine. And then the next prompt we got was recommended read, and for this I decided to go with one straight from my advent calendar, getting these off and running. I'm so excited to have this challenge constantly, just what can I get, what can I get, what can I get. I'm very excited. It's now on my shelf up here. I will be doing a rejig as well, but the one that I decided to pick is Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. So I'm very curious to see how this plays. It was recommended by Eva from Pretty Purple Polka Dots, and I know that she goes to a party. I'm not sure. I think there's accusations or she's sexually assaulted, sexual consent and betrayal, victim blaming, and truth in the age of smartphones. So I'm super curious how this goes. Eva definitely knows my reading taste well with having that hard-hitting contemporaries. I do adore this, so can't wait to start off my year being depressed as fuck. On to roll 3. 1. Ha! I'm doing a challenge anyway. Okay. So 1. So for roll number 3, I ended up just taking a step onto a square, so that's a challenge prompt. So let's see what I've got. So here's the wheel, and let's see. The first challenge is going to be letter generator author. So we're going to generate a random letter, and that letter will either need to start the author first name or surname. Alrighty, so let's see what letter I'm going to get. We're going to go randomizing it 3 times like Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me does, just to see how we go. 1, 2, 3. W. Alright, I can work with this, I hope. As the letter generator was W, I ended up deciding to go with Queens of Geek by Jan Wild. I put this off last year when I really actually wanted to read it, so I'm putting it straight on here, kicking it out of the gate, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to it, so yeah, very happy that this came up. On to roll number 4. Oh no. Oh dear, I've made a mistake. 1. Shit. The game's like, bitch, you need to read your Animorphs. So again, for roll number 4, I got a challenge, so let's see what I've got. Alrighty, so for roll number 4, steal a book. I need to steal a book off someone's TBR. I have a lot of flexibility with this, but also I'm filming this on the 18th of December. No one has their TBRs up yet. Huh. Okay. Okay. I could go back and steal a book from someone's previous TBR. I'll have a think on that. So when I originally filmed that, it was on the 18th of December. It is now the 27th. And so I messaged Cara being like, what's on your list? Hit me up. Let's go. I know you'll have something. And she had Monstrous Hats by Claire McKenna. My mum bought this for me in 2020 for graduating therapy. She bought me 2 books, and so this is the other one that I haven't read yet, and I've heard mixing, so I'm super nervous. It was a cover buy originally. I loved sea vibes with anatomical things. I adore this cover. The second one is also beautiful, so I'm just praying to God that I love this, because I was like, hey mum, I want to get this one, and she was like, of course, whatever you want. And now I'm like, oh shit. So fingers crossed it goes well. Thank you, Cara, for having it on your TBR, because I was concerned, and I'm still concerned. And on to roll number 5. There is no way I'm getting into a room. 2. 1, 2. So, another challenge. Let's see what I've got. Last roll, and it is... What the fuck? Alright. So, I got partner pick, which, as you would have already seen, I've already got partner pick as a prompt that I drew out from the bag. Okay, cool. And so the final challenge was partner pick. So Ash kindly picked the second Animorphs book. I have no idea what the title is. I now have the rest of them on my computer. So that's what I'm going with. I have no idea what it's called. Image is here. But yes, Ash did me a solid. I was surprised I got partner pick from the prompt and then from the wheel. It was just completely random. But yeah, so he got to pick 2 books and he did me a solid. He could have recommended me Wise Man's Fear, which it was an option, but he kindly went with Animorphs, knowing that I did want to at least try my hardest to get as far through them as I possibly could. That is a complete round of Cluedo Chooses My TBR, with finding out some cards that we have to mark off, as well as where we're heading to next. So as you can see, I'm trying to head towards the kitchen, so then I can jump back over here and do this round as well. That was a mistake, and I probably should have just tried to head back to the conservatory, but I've already picked those 2, so then it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Who knows where this game is gonna go. But thank you so much for watching. These are my have to reads, and then this and the second Animorphs are my additional reads. Like I said, I want to try and get through all of the Animorphs, but because none of these are over 500 pages, I need to draw a big book and I need to read it. So I'll insert the footage of me drawing and then talk through Ash's pick. I'm also going to pull the big book to see what we should be reading. And we're gonna go with this one. I haven't added my December haul to this yet though. And that is... So that is Brisinga, which is the 3rd in the Aragon series. So I would be reading Eldest, which is the 2nd one. I think I'm gonna make it implementing for this year. I'm going to write out the books that I get every month, and if I choose to not read them because I read other big books, then I can get 3 times, and then if I haven't read them after the 3rd time because I keep swapping them out, then I'm gonna need to unhaul them. I think that's the way we're gonna go with it. My option was Eldest by Christopher Paolini. I just go with the next book that I'm up to, so this is where I'm at, and yeah, I'm a little apprehensive. And then I'm currently stuck, so I realized I've just grabbed the wrong book. So Ash pulled out The Way Between Worlds by Ian Irving, which is a tome. They all are, but this is in particular is like, oh no, it's not too bad, it's only 600 and something. Regardless, this isn't actually the one that I need to read. It is Tower on the Rift, because this is volume 4 and I'm only up to volume 2. So I just need to read The Tower on the Rift, which is the 2nd half. I have a bind up of the first 2, so I will be reading that, not this. My 2 options for my big book, I do need to read one of them. These are on it, which, gotta love me a big book. And then I obviously run my own Facebook group, the Library of the Unread, and for December, January, our pick is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I haven't got to this in December. There's no way I'm going to at this point. I haven't even finished off my additionals for Cluedo. I'm so happy that they are not mandatory. I haven't touched Ship of Destiny and I'm like 3 chapters into Magic Lessons, so who the fuck knows what's going to happen. But with that, I do need to get to this for my book club, so this will also be a priority. Do we see why I'm now stressing about the Animorphs? Hello, quickly jumping on to say that I also need to add Guards by Terry Pratchett, as we will be starting the Terrying Through Time read along. We're just going to start with the first 6 books in the City Watch series by Terry Pratchett, so we need to read Guards to start this off in January, and this will be run by Jacqueline from Jaxie Jax Reads and myself, and Mel from A Book Fiend Named Mel will jump on in February for the Meta Outward Arms, which is the second book. Kara and April will also be participating through reading in publication order. So yeah, still in the works on what's happening with that, and I will let you know more information when I know more information. But this needs to be added to my TBR. Bye! So one of these will be the books that I read in the month of January, plus 53 other Animorphs books if I manage to get to that. I also have a really weird mood reading sort of vibe going at the moment, and I have a lot of series that I want to pick up and continue on with the second and so on. So I don't know where that will go, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting start to the year. At least technically reading the 54 Animorphs books, I will hit my reading goal within the first month. Let me know in the comments what is a book that you can't wait to get to for January and you just want it to be January so you can pick up this book. I definitely am curious to get to a lot of these. So this is not the TBR that I would have picked for myself, but I'm really excited for it as well. So there's a few in there that I'm just like, oh shit, but I need to get to you. So why not start off the year strong, and then I can read all the other fun things later in the year. So yeah, let me know what your January reading plans are in the comments below. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!